the latest weapons and ammunition baseline assessment conducted by the UN Institute for Disarmament has uncovered the worrying trend of high ammunition circulating in Ghana and other West African countries and posing significant danger to peace and security. The West African sub-region has in recent times been grappling with the challenge of military takeovers and widespread activities of violent extremism, which is highly associated with the arms race confronting the region. In a bid to tackle the situation, the ECOWAS is exploring close collaboration with the UN Institute for Disarmament Research, and stakeholders drawn from ECOWAS member states are converging in Accra to discuss the way forward. Director for UN Institute for Disarmament Research, Robin Guest, tells JoyNews there is a direct bearing of arms circulation on the development of the West African sub-region.
I think it's crucial around the world. It's crucial in Africa. You're right, and we're not naive about this. Disarmament is not in a good state right now. There's enormous competition, including military, great competition, of course, around the world, armed conflicts, and so on. And for us, of course, disarmament, we don't look at it in isolation. It's connected to everything else. Conflict, disarmament issues are deeply interlinked with development issues. And I think, therefore, it's an issue that must concern us all.
African governments, specifically those in the West Africa sub-region, such as ECOWAS member states, how can they effectively collaborate to disarm and to move towards a regime of completely dealing with these issues of the infiltration of light weapons and all others?
Yeah, I mean, there are different layers and fora at the regional level, at the more local level, and where we often work also at the multilateral level. And I think the answer is going to be a package deal. It can only happen if you work at all of these levels, and they all interlink with one another. And that's really what we're trying to support as a UN think tank entity. The multilateral level, linking it to regional efforts, understanding what is happening in countries, what are the specific problems that need solutions, so that we don't have, lofty debates, but really problem-oriented debates, and then bringing it back to the multilateral level and hopefully integrating it into treaty discussions or even treaties and instruments going forward.
And let's talk about your initial findings. What are some of them, and what are some of the key factors going into the engagement?
Yeah, so we, since 2016, have been conducting in West Africa weapons and ammunition management baseline assessments. And we found that effective weapons and ammunition management in countries can do a great deal in mitigating drivers of conflict and armed violence. And so we've developed a whole methodology and different tools that we bring to states, discuss with states, and then together we try to implement them in support of the states at the national level, really with the aim to enhance their weapons and ammunition management policies. And I think that has worked quite well. This is why the collaboration has started in 2016 and is ongoing today in 2023. So I do think countries are benefiting from this collaboration, and if anything, we hope to be expanding and continuing it in the future.
Meanwhile, chairperson of ECOWAS, Ahmed Tinubu, is accusing foreign entities of pumping billions of dollars to fuel tension and armed conflicts in the region. The Nigerian president indicated that these entities are being abetted by aspiring warlords who need to be checked immediately. He was speaking at the 78th United Nations General Assembly.
That region is locked in protracted battle against violent extremists. And the turmoil, a dark channel of inhuman commerce has formed. Along the route, everything is for sale. Men, women, and children are seen as chattel. Yet, thousands reach the Sahara, hot and sand, and the Mediterranean cold death in search of a better life. At the same time, mercenaries and extremists with their lethal weapons and vile ideologies invade our region from the north. This harmful traffic undermines the peace and stability of the entire region. African nation will improve our economies so that our people do not risk their life to sweep the floors and streets of other nations. We also shall devote ourselves to disbanding extremist groups on our turf. Yet, to fully contain this threat, the international community must strengthen its commitment to arrest the flow of armed and violent people into West Africa. The fourth important aspect of this global trust and solidarity is to secure the continent's mineral-rich areas from plundering and conflicts. Many such areas have become catacombs of misery and exploitation. The Democratic Republic of Congo has suffered this for decades. Despite the strong UN presence there, what happened? The world economy owes the Republic of Congo much but gives her very little. The mayhem visited on resource-rich areas does not respect national boundaries. Sudan, Mali, Burkina Faso, Central African Republic, and the list grow on and on and on. The problem also knocks at Nigeria's door. Foreign entities abetted by local criminals who aspire to be petty warlords have drafted thousands of people into servitude to illegally mine gold and other resources.